I am Jude Hotep, the goddess astrologer and soul coach. Welcome to the daily Divine Feminine Astro-Intuitive. We're going to get into the chart for this weekend. It's a powerful weekend. We have this full moon in Libra. This is the apex of it. So you can see in the chart that we have all this Martian energy because of the sun in Aries and Chiron in Aries. So the wounded healer in Aries, around identities, our ego. So the wounded ego is definitely out. This Mars energy is definitely here. The sun's at 26 degrees. So we have these last 4 degrees of Aries season, and then we move into Taurus. So it's this season of the magic of believing in miracles, of rooting for the underdog and helping the underdog, of being the person that has the compassion, that believes in people, that sees the best in people, that just keeps getting back up when you get knocked down, and you just keep getting back up and you keep getting back up and you go for your dreams. You initiate your dreams, you take action on those, make plans on those, you really see the vision and where you're going to go. But be careful out there, because on the road, biking, walking, driving, any of that, there's all of this kind of lower octave of the Martian energy going on right now with this full moon, with all of this illumination of the seed that was planted at the new moon coming to bring the most light and shine that light big and shine that vision into the world. And so be careful of people that are operating at that lower octave of the Mars energy, and anything ambulatory or locomotive. People might be trying to steamroll over and bust through, rather than being in that intuitive place of seeing everything that's around them. And then with all this Pisces energy, four planets in Pisces, the rulers, the largest planets, and then our divine masculine and feminine planets, Venus and Mars, and all in Pisces, there's this kind of in another world thing happening, where you're in maybe two worlds at once, or popping in and out of this world, this really quantum energy. And the nodes are at 22 degrees, which is a 4, which is Uranus's number. Uranus is at 13, 4. So we have all of this quantum energy where we are moving in between worlds. A lot could be purging up with this full moon to churn out. So when you see the things filtering through that all seem like old shit, that's showing you what is leaving us, what you are healing, what you are moving away from. And so you can do your best to not engage it, move your mind down into your heart, breathe, and really feel your connection to the earth and to great spirit, and to be in that centered place. Just keep recentering as needed. All the Saturn energy at 23 degrees Aquarius is asking us, Saturn, she gets a bad rep, Saturnia, but she's asking us to focus to fruition. And what is she focusing on? The square to the nodes. And the square means that we have to make decisions on what our destiny is, what we're building, what we're growing. Like, make a decision to be in the abundance, to live that life, to choose the abundance. We always get the choice to choose between the south node or the north node, and we're being asked to believe in the fecundity and the abundance that is true. It's everywhere. If you listen to your synchronicities, listen to your heart, and let go of the mind. The Black Moon Lilith is in Gemini at 11 degrees retrograde. So there can be a lot of fears in the mind. There can be a lot of kicked up mental energy, of course, with the Aquarius too, with Juno and Saturn in Aquarius. There can be this mental energy and Vesta in Aquarius around just this cerebral, like, what are we going to pray to and alter to, and like thinking about the sacred instead of more doing it. There can be this complexity to things in the mind instead of really sinking into the heart, because the opposite of all this Aquarius energy is Leo. And so we have to be in our hearts to focus to fruition for the destiny point north node in Taurus at 22 degrees, of building our beautiful vision. All of this Pisces energy. Vision is Pisces. It's the dream, it's the magic and the mystical, beautiful life that is the truth, the soul life of our heart. The Jupiter in Pisces, Neptune in Pisces at 24 degrees, this magical degree of the 6th number of this Venus. It's Venus's number, and she's in Pisces, the dream. And so it's like, do you believe, 12 degrees equals a 3? Do you believe in the dream? Do you believe in the sacred feminine and the energies coming together and what you can receiving the dream. So Mars is in Pisces at 1 degrees, and so he's following Venus into the dream world. And with him being in Pisces, he can be really wanting to take action from an intuitive place, taking action from the dream, from the vision, and from the mystical and the magical place. And of course, with the sun in Aries, there can be this like pushing lower octave of Mars of I just have to get it done. And with Mercury and Taurus, it can be this vibe of like, I just have to work. I just have to get this done. Just have to do this. I just have to, like, it's got to get done. Like, what can I do? What can I do? And because Taurus is the movement, it is doing, it is movement, it is work hard vibe. So be aware of that and see if you can let that go. And there is this full moon in Libra, and the earth is in Libra. So whenever we're in Aries season, it's about relationships. So it's like the initiation of everything to do with relationships. And of course, everything is partnership. It's the partnership of you and the divine, partnership of you and your partner, and you and your friendships, and your people in your community, and your audience, and your clients, and your deep kindred connections. And so when you're not a vibe match, let it go and really sink into the connections that are a vibe match. You know the difference because it's like, oh, okay, we're cordial, we're friendly, it's really friendly and nice, and we're both friendly and talkative, but you don't feel soul, you don't feel heart, you're not in the same tribe, you're not meant to go deeper. It's okay, it's cool to have a smile and have some friendly chit chat. But to be honest, do you with Mercury and Taurus, it's like, are you even going to value chit chat right now? You want something deeper with Mercury and Taurus. Like you want conversation that's really based on something you both value, the same values, the same things that you find really meaningful in this life. And so it's really just letting go of everything that doesn't connect, Aquarius, and moving into all the places that do connect, this Libra. Instead of weighing anything out, just really let yourself be following this vision. Mars, the taking action energy, is in the vision. So follow the vision. So when you're in that Libra moon and your emotions want to weigh things out, so it's really important to listen to your emotions, identify them. What are their names? If you can't identify the names, because all this Pisces energy, there's a lot of unspoken, there's a lot of can't speak right now, there's a lot of can't find the words, really just more in the imagery and the impressions. And so you can be really in this vibe of with your emotions of not being able to name it. And so what's just moving through that energy and breathing it through your body to release it and to move into powerful creation energy. Pluto and Capricorn is all of our social structures, the patriarchy, all of the structures that show us where the cracks were, that where it was operating at the lower octaves. And it's asking us to it has a square to Aries, and it's saying, what are we going to identify with? Are we no longer going to identify with these power structures that are patriarchal, that are tearing men and women apart, because it doesn't allow men to be in their divine masculine, and it suppresses the divine feminine in women. And so we're no longer doing this. All of our banking systems, our money systems, all of that operating at lower octaves. And we're moving into this Aquarius, where it's this energy of us connecting and building and being in amazing innovation and resourcefulness. Taurus, the North Nodes in Taurus, resourcefulness of being able to make use of everything that's around us, and knowing that we have everything we need in this abundance, and really living in the vibe and energy and the mental belief, Mercury and Taurus, and the mental belief of abundance. And it's this like reality energy of like, no, this is abundant, this is beautiful. Like, what is beautiful? This Venus, it's like, what is beautiful? What are the beautiful relationships? What are the relationships that want to be on the vision together? What are the people who want to take action for the heart and for the dream, and be in that same energy and share resources to move forward on the soul mission, which divine feminine soul mission is moving humanity from fear consciousness into love consciousness, being the bright light of inspiration, whether it's direct healing, coaching, guiding, mentoring, and so forth, And Jupiter and Neptune, it's like Jupiter is this gateway. It's our belief. So do you believe in the vision? Do you believe in the soul life, the real life? Richard Jefferies said in the late 1800s that he hopes one day that humans will work not merely for bread, meaning for money, not merely for bread, but for our very souls. Are you working for your very soul? And Neptune spirit, great spirit, in the sign of great spirit and the ethereal and the creative and the unconditional love and divine love is saying, hey, this is what you want to open up and receive. These double sixes, receive, go inward, be the receiver in that divine feminine energy to receive, whether you're feminine or masculine. And we have both within us. And I will move the chart forward to Sunday. And here we have the moon having moved to 11 degrees of Scorpio, which is opposite, which has an opposition to Uranus and Mercury, the Scorpio moon. Scorpio moon can be digging down into the depths, and it could be a purge, it could be tears, it could be really deep emotions churning up, really passionate emotions. It can be an intense sexual energy, so bring out the sex magic for healing. Like, sex is meant to heal, it's meant to be sacred, it's meant to bring the ecstatic and the blissful and the passion and joy. And facing the moon in Scorpio, it's the fall position, so facing the darkness within, the dark goddess within, so that you can heal that, facing the shadow so we can heal that. The humanity has pushed the dark goddess down and pushed her out of society and disowned our own shadow, which has made the shadow gigantic and has made monsters underneath the bed, whether it's energetic or it's mental projections or wherever it's at. And so the moon is going to be joining the south node, so it's could be a very draining end of the weekend into Monday. And so really do this Saturn of like focusing to fruition on only the most important things that are about all this Pisces energy, your vision, about Taurus, building the vision, the dream, like being Pisces, being in that surrender of unconditional love and divine feminine energy of just receiving and knowing and being abundance, being the growth, being just like, the garden's growing. You don't have to rush to plant the garden or till it or weed it or to pick the green beans. You just walk out there and then you put the colander down and then you pick all the green beans into the colander and you bring them back in and you wash them and you eat them and you freeze them and you enjoy them. And it's just a simple, like going out to pick the raspberries. And obviously we're just in the early seasons of planting season, but it's that energy of where it's like no rush. So with this moon in Scorpio, with joining this out, rising, like moving over towards the south node, it could feel like a drain. And so we want to really keep our energy for the most important things. With the sun having moved to 27 degrees, it's like initiate and really help the underdog within yourself, any of that victim place within yourself, the victim in relationships, with the earth being in Libra, the victim in you around any part of you that's just in that place of just learned helplessness or defeatedness or futile energy, really being in the surrender to the vision and the dream and spirit and the love that is all really right here. Like, ask spirit for billboard clear signs, ask your guides to talk to you and guide you. They guide you in ways that aren't necessarily what the conscious mind can understand. And the mind may be activated, so keep pulling it down into the heart, into creative pursuits and be on soul mission. How are you bringing light, goddess? How are you speaking without fear of being seen and hurt? How are you moving your projects into fruition, the Saturn here? How are you moving on to women with the divine feminine, we create from stillness, we create from rest and play. So how are you bringing in all this play energy with all this Pisces? It's like so creative, it's so magical, it's so playful. So women, the divine feminine creates from play and creates from rest meaning conscious, like like meditation, journaling, sitting by a waterfall, being with the trees, going for walks in the forest, like being in laughter and amazing like space where it's like rest for your mind and ego and what you think you have to do, and like rest for, not rest where it's like vegging out in front of the TV, where sometimes a conscious distraction is needed or a good movie is great, but it's more about rest as in like rest that's rejuvenating and makes your creative channel open up. So we got finish what you've started. So like I was saying, like where are you moving your projects forward? And it's this energy of well, whatever. This is the Venno light I have at the moment. Let's see, is this possible? Let's maybe fuck the ring light. I have a Hugo. I have a book light. It's my favorite thing I own. It's so amazing. I think it's like going dead if they get another one. But anyways, finish what you started, the unicorn energy of just being in your projects, like being in your projects, like rest, play, create, rest, play, create, rest, play, create. So like work on your projects and that kind of vibe. It's like all this Pisces energy is so, it's fun, it's beautiful, it's happy, you know, like being in the dream, letting go of any of that like lower octave Taurus of like, I just have to get all this work done. It's like create is the play and the work, you know, the work is the inner work that we do to be able to play to create, rest to create. So love heals all. Like the mind, when the mind's kicked up, bring in the love. There's a lot of fear kicked up in the world right now, and so we have to bring in more love ourselves, love the thoughts, love the ego, love the brain. Like don't let your ego and your mind be a monster. Like bring it down into the body to calm it down and to bring in the love. Suffuse your life with love, connect to spirit, connect to love. When I was saying that about resting, like talk to your divine and great spirit and the great goddess and grandmother great spirit to bring in that love, to infuse you with love, like feel love come through your body, activate love within your body, like love things in your life, like make a list of all the things you love. It's so important to be in that energy instead of the fear. So when the fear kicks up around money or scarcity or lack, make a list of all the abundance you have, make a list of all the money that has just come in so beautifully over the last period of time. There's this card about you'll know in the morning, meaning like sleep on it, like rest when you need to, when you can't, like use your tools to calm the mind down. Like when the mind's like wanting an answer, this Libra like back and forth weighing out, see if you can use some tools to release the mind to say, you know, we're going to sleep on this, we're not going to worry about this, we're going to play, or we're going to rest, or we're going to create and be in the magic and the beauty right now. We got just be yourself. So really being you as fuck. Don't be somebody else, like only being you as fuck, and like not having to try to fit in, because that's going to do you in, because that's not really you, and you won't magnetize anybody that's like you. If you're trying to be somebody else so that somebody will like you, or so that you will be loved or you'll belong, and it's usually at these deep subliminal layers, which we deal with in Light Goddess coaching, which you can book a goddess call on thegoddessastrologer.com. If you are, you know, if like you're trying to do that, then you're not going to attract the people that are actually going to accept you for who you are. You're not going to meet those vibe matches, those deep connections that are the soul connections, the heart connections. So really be you as fuck, because we need your unique transmission. We need your unique medicine, because you have very unique medicine. Bring the light. It's the light. So it's the light in everything. Infuse light through your body. Weave light through the world with smiles, with positivity, with laughter, with jokes, with other people. Uplift. be the light in your media content and in your copy. Like, we can talk about the tough things going on all day long and the history and the patriarchy and all these things, but we really have to like be the light for other people and not just show them like, okay, show maybe where we came from, but be the light of like, where are we going? What's the vision for where we're going? The vision of humanity at 5D, the vision of humanity in a conscious state, in the love consciousness, in a heart-centric place, like creating for joy and love where fear can be eradicated, and just living life in that joyful place, like really living this amazing life. I got water, so drink more water than you think you need with all of this energy. When there's energy just flooding our bodies, we're being upgraded, there's so much stuff happening, our bodies are happening, our DNA is changing, our consciousness is raising, and we're upgrading. We need way more water than we think, and especially like in the area I'm at, it's very, very hot. I need a lot more water than I think. In some places, you know, sometimes it can like deplete minerals. You don't want to just drink water if you don't really feel thirsty, but like we can easily ignore that thirsty signal, especially if you drink other things besides water. So don't ignore that thirsty signal and drink water in addition to like whatever the other stuff is you drink, and make sure the body is getting enough hydration because we need it for these upgrades. Our bodies are going through massive physical changes to be able to handle higher consciousness. One step at a time with the dream, you know, is saying like finish what you started, but it's just one step at a time, just one thing and then another and then another. So I'm going to leave it there. I am wishing you a magical, amazing weekend. I'll be back with you on Monday. The Light Goddess podcast, Sacred Vibe Saturday is up, and the podcast is daily, and it's on iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, all the places. It is so powerful. It's on Feminine Flow. It is on the Divine Feminine Awakening and Journey. It is on Divine Feminine Soul Mission. And so everything we go through is about dealing with the Shadowlands, dealing with the mind, dealing with emotions, being in your heart, and encouragement for the path. And there's so much that I cover in 341 episodes. I can't even cover it all. I talk about goddesses. You can go back through all the goddess episodes. The Sacred Vibe Saturdays are really potent episodes. They're amazing and powerful. There is stuff in there that will shift you. Whenever you're feeling bad, go listen to an episode. It will shift you. It will change things for you. It will help you move forward in your life. And it is not a subscription service. It is all free on iTunes, Stitcher, and Spotify, and all the other places. And please tell women about this. Please subscribe to this channel so we can get a individual URL finally. You can share this with people. You can text it, put it in your social media. Please share it so other women can find this helpful information. And you can book an astrology reading at thegoddessastrologer.com. I am sending you so much love. And also, Light Goddess, the Divine Feminine Sisterhood, is open. So it is open. We are having moon ceremonies every month, astrology jams, dance jams, and card pools. Everyone who gets on the call, you know, get a card reading, and so much fun. So please be a part of that, because it is transformative to be with other women, because when our fields come together, we increase our power. We know, we remember our own wisdom comes up. It is so powerful what happens with deep bonds and sisterhood. So it's not just any kind of place. It's a very magical place where you get to be who you really be. Other people aren't telling you what to do. We use I language there. We have certain parameters where you own your own experience, where it's not somebody trying to teach you or tell you something all the time. So really magical. And that is on thegoddessastrologer.com, and on the links below you can join. So it is only 44 for the rest of the year, and then first new moon ceremony is coming up soon. So I really hope to see you in the Divine Goddess, the Divine Feminine Sisterhood. It's so powerful. I'm sending you so much love, and I'll talk to you soon.